It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
About ready to get us going. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Now Fields going to throw on the first play. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunt. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Fields. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back to throw. Fields. Got a man. That's Lazard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now, after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap. Fields swings this out for Hunt. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Handoff up the middle. Hunt. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Kareem Hunt, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Lutz with the extra point, and it makes the score 7-0. So the ball runs up from 75 yards inside the plays. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. For Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They go to the ground again with Taylor, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Steelers at 15-1 on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now, because to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way, because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
He's airing it out for Williams. And this one is incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Running straight ahead, Taylor takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. That brings up 4. That was the first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was wrong in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week, as his first one here's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's a good news, bad news proposition for them. Mostly good news, and that's that they clinched a playoff spot. That's the important thing. Bad news, though, if they want to make a Super Bowl, for the moment at least, they'd have to do it out of the 6th seed.
And bottom line, everybody wants to play at home during the playoffs. We know that's a given. But nothing builds character for a ball club quite like winning on the road in the playoffs, especially when no one thinks you can do it. And if you win one and gain confidence, who knows, you might get on one of those magical runs.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. We call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Tua. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Touchdown! Tim Patrick, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. To about the 35, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Tua sets up to pass it. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Here's Tua. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. He's going to look deep for more. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 37 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Ravens ready to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Hunt will try going up the middle. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Fields. Over the middle, complete. That's Hunt. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. This defense for the Steelers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Fields. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. To throw is Fields. Flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Gray. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 39. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. It's complete to Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On the set.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From midfield, here's Tua. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like it took that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A give for Taylor running right side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a 3rd to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
Ready.
They'll run here with Algier. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7. And it brings up 4.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's going to be brought down just shy of 3 6. 3 yards all they can muster here. Bring up 4th down.
Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Bass is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And the Ravens taking the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now Fields. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Fields on 3rd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over. But he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
They run once more with Taylor. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that
play. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Out to, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. So Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Fields now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And some space here. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Bass on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 27, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. Now here's Bradley Pinion now. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. From the 41, Tua. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Tua going to throw. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Tua to throw again. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Patrick. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the lead will stay put at 17. So, hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patrick. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the gun, it's Taylor. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 123 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On the draw is Taylor. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Let's go.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for 2nd and goal.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And the lead is now 24. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And certainly they are pleased to know that they will be in the postseason. That's the good news. They've clinched a spot at least. The bad news, at least for now, they would have to make a run out of that 6-hole CD, and that's not an easy prospect.
Not at all, especially with how loaded this conference is. And think about the thought of trying to run through 3 road games just to the Super Bowl. It seems unlikely, but we have seen it happen before.
Fields throw caught by Gray. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Number 84, a 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Fields. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Steelers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Ready.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And he's got the hook up to Moore. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Off the option, here's Taylor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the 1st. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. 154 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Now whistles here before the snap, but it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
On 2nd down, Tua. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Dumps this one off to Algier. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Tua. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. And again, it's Tagovailoa. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Two and out, running right on the option.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Ravens' 10-yard line.
Now Tua. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Tua sets up to pass it. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Preston Williams from 3 yards out.
And the Steelers have opened the lead up to 30. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty.
Now it's Fields.
They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
You see Tim Patrick as he and the rest of this offense get set for the upcoming series.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Ready. Ready. Ready.
Now a give to Taylor. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Steelers continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. That one is caught by Hunt. Broke a tackle, but not much room there. Just up past the 25, no further.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Another completion here to Hunt.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
But we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even an offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
A gain of 12 yards.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
He'll find Lazard here over the middle. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. At the 40.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Fields. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That's good.
On 1st down, Fields.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
From the 50, here's Fields.
Forced out to, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chase Young, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Under pressure, they got him again. Gregory Rousseau. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Here's Bradley Pena now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Switch, yellow, Smith, red.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 12 yards there and a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. They'll run with Taylor. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their head.